What's up, deckheads? Welcome back to MTG with me. It's the Gainswalker. Today, we're going to be doing Magic 30s Mixed Up Premier Draft. This looks really cool. I like this idea. You're going to win packs that are completely random and out of standard. So, that in itself is really interesting. And I think the packs you draft are also the same. It says to celebrate the year-long celebration of Magic 30 anniversary. This is what we're going to be doing. So I'm excited for it. I hope you are too. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And let's get to it. Probably go with gems here. Oh, cool. That's a nice sleeve. I like those lands too, so maybe we'll get some of those. Oh, and it is spicy drafting. People are ready for this event. Who doesn't love a good draft, right? You know what I'm saying? Alright. Well, I have no idea what to expect here, and this makes the thought process of what cards to draft are good in the set almost impossible. So we're going to pull... I think the strategy here is to pull in each pack. What do we think the best card is in those packs? And then just hopefully finding a trend. That's tough, though. I mean, in all honesty, when you have a bunch of different packs that you're looking at, a bunch of different sets, it could be the most random combination that is top tier. So let's hope that we find something good for us. Whenever it's ready, of course. Alright, so the game just lagged out and had me pull some random cards, which that kind of sucks. That's not really how I wanted to start this off. Let's, I guess we're just gonna waste another card here. So, awesome. Ugh, MTGA, not a good way to start the anniversary, bud. Alright, let's see. Not much to choose from. This is such a weak way to start. ETB, search your library for a mirror card. There's not that many mirrors, so we'll probably steer away from that. I like they can't be blocked. Maybe that's something we could use. Oh, that's so frustrating. Alright, I'm gonna try to shake that off. Baloth, ETB, 3+1/+1, meh. I kinda like the tap. Look at the top card. Because you don't have to reveal it unless it's a land. That's kind of cool. Get some ramp going on. I do like the fighting aspect if we find stuff with Death Touch. Alright. Two oil counters, remove some. Oil counters are kind of bad. Like, there's very few mechanics that use that well. Look top 5 cards for a historic card. That's not that bad. Historic artifacts, legendaries, sagas, and I think, yeah, that's it. Alright, well, let's go with Relic Runner actually, because that's another unblockable. The equipment's good, especially for that. Ooh, this one I do remember drafting. ETB gain life equal to its power, so late game you gain a good amount. Early game you gain a little. Kind of like that. Blitz is okay, but you sack it at the end, so it's not ideal. Let's see. Ninjutsu, that's a very specific mechanic as well. gonna grab the board. Alright, gains flying till end of turn, and it's a 4/2 for 3. That might be useful. Union of the third path, that's actually pretty good. If you have a lot of draw, which we might. Looks like we're doing a Bant thing for now. When an ETB connive, that's interesting. Let's go with the, you know what? I'm not sure if we're doing Bant yet, so we'll steer away from the dually land. Oh, hey, here it is now. Public enemy, enchant creature, all creatures attack, enchanted creature, let each combat of able. Huh. Charge is cool, but, you know, you only have so many spaces for cards. So you gotta make sure that what you're picking makes sense. Like if I pick a 1-drop that does +1/+1 to all my creatures, that's good, but in a very small scenario. Like if I have enough creatures to get a giant value out of that. ETB gain 1 life for each other creature you control. I like that, especially in draft. Why not? So this is not what I thought it was going to be. I thought each pack was going to be a different set kind of thing. This is, every pack is just a bunch of different sets. So your rare is really random. Luckily for us, it automatically picked the rare, which was Lantern Flare. And then I believe Academy Drake was the second pick. So we didn't do too bad, but it didn't pick an uncommon for that next one, which is weird. Return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. That's not as good as an unsummon. I would like to see an unsummon there. That would be better. But because unsummon, it's either mine or theirs. So you can use it to attack or to save, which is a lot better. We're not really doing red, so we got to pick the Gorger. +2, +0 as long as you have 2 or more artifacts. I don't think I do. Let's get the facet reader. We've got 8 creatures, curve at a 3/0. For now, I'm going to leave everything over here just because I don't know what colors I'm going to go with. That second pack could change everything. Glimmer Bell. Flying 1/3. And a pumpable untap. Could be useful. Command the Dread Horde. Okay. Scourge Wolf. Ooh, Death Touch. Whenever you're a creature you control with Death Touch deals combat damage to a player, they get 2 poison counters. That could be really interesting. Let's start with that. Jumpstart. You may cast this card from your graveyard by discarding a card in addition to paying it to the cost, and then exile it. That's kind of interesting. I like that artwork. Radical. Alright. 3/1 for 2, Core Warrior. That could be nice if we do like an equipment. I'm gonna go with Radical idea, just because I think it's cool. And I know you shouldn't draft like that, but I just wanted to. Deeproot Champion. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Could have some value. Not likely though. In a draft, you're mainly playing creatures, like I said. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Pressure point's good. Tap target creature and draw a card instant speed. Just remember when you're doing that, you can't do that on declare blockers. They'll be able to declare blocks because they'll have priority before you could do that. So you have to do that before declare attacks if you're on the defense and trying to stop the swing. And then before declare blocks if you are swinging. You have that slight moment because you'll have priority. ETB creatures get +1/+1, get vigilance. Cool. I think I'm gonna stick with Deep Root Champion. We're just gonna see if we can make that work. Bonesaw. Alright, target creature gets +5/+5 trample. Creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain vigilance. Now that is a sorcery card we could use. We're gonna grab that for sure. The other ones are looking okay. You got cancel here. You got a lot of decent spells we could use, but this one, I think that's the one we go with. What is that, Kaldesh? I think that's Kaldesh. Wow. You gain X life, draw X cards where X is the number of creatures you control. We got to, right? Conclave Cavalier. Create a 2/2 green and white elf knight. Create 2 of them. Oh, that's kind of cool. Very specific though, so we're gonna try to keep that specific CMC down. Do not want a spell that's just all specific mana. I don't think that's a good idea. Okay. Target creature gets hexproof. That could be very helpful. Ooh, some late game. ETB, create 2 green wolf tokens. I'm gonna grab that, and then we'll hope to see Blossoming Defense come back around. That 2/2 vigilance for 2 is also looking good. Resolute Strike. That's okay if we were doing an equipment thing, but looks like we're doing either Selesnya or Bant. Depends on what we keep pulling. Convoke here, ETB gain 4 life, and it's a 3/4 for 6. Nope, not doing that. New Horizons, ETB, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. This land is tap, add 2 mana of any one color. Could be useful. Let's go with the 1/1. Gain a life when you tap it. That could be useful. Looks like we're doing like a draw card, gain life, create creatures. That's very Banty. So ETB, if it was kicked, return instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. That could be useful. Let's see. We've got double green, so we want to steer away from double blue. But it can't be blocked. That's kind of neat. Cogworker's Puzzle, not ETB, create a colorless. Okay. I don't like it. Alright, let's do this one. Fly. Enchanted creature has flying. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, venture into the dungeon. Ooh, I do remember that. A lot of people played that card. Each player gains 4 life? No thanks. I guess we do fly. Could be useful. Alright, creature count 13. We are almost done with pack 2, so we need to focus on creatures. That's a good one. I guess... like that guy. Says whenever something is kicked, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. Oop, pressure point. We said we wanted to grab that if it came back around. It did. Alright, what else we got? Wall of Runes. ETB Scry 1. It's not bad. I like that. Can be blocked by creatures with 2 or less. I like that. We got a lot of can't be blocked. I think that'll be useful. 2/2 for 2 vigilance. Alright, we got a lot of creatures there. That definitely helps. We're at 18. So, make that 19. Alright, confront the past. This is Liliana. Return, well, it's a sorcery. Return target Planeswalker card with mana value X. Graveyard. Remove twice X level T counters from Planeswalker and opponent controls. That's kind of cool. Wicked Slumber. Tap up to 2 creatures. Put a stun counter on them. Ooh. That might be really good. Target creature's owner puts it on the top or bottom of the library. Nah. Alright, so for what we're doing, it's either that or this creature over here. So I'm going to go with the, Wicked Slumber. Sanctum of Tranquil Light. One less for each shrine. We're not doing a shrine thing. Ooh, a worm, we could get a little bit more late game here. Enters the battlefield, scry 3, reveal the top card of your library, gain life equal to that card's mana value. I like that. A little life gain stuff. We're doing that already, so. Oh, Storm the Seed Core. That's like a snap call. Bonds of Faith, great card. Enchant creature gets +2/+2 as long as it's a human. How many humans do we have? We have 5. That's not that great. Yeah, let's do Storm the Seed Core. That'll dramatically increase our board state, and then we're going to hope to see that beachfront double land come back around. Cartouche of Solidarity. Enchant creature control. ETB, create a 1/1 warrior. And the enchanted creature gets +1/+1 first strike. That's kind of cool. The 1/5 reach for 3. That could be a very useful spider. That's going to be very interesting. Oh, Seasoned Hollowblade? That's what I'm talking about. That's one of my favorite cards as far as uncommons go. Tap, discard a card, tap it, gets indestructible. Very hard to play around. Eureka Moment. Draw 2 cards, you may put a land card from your hand on the battlefield. That could be useful. I'm not seeing much else here. The flying. But we don't have dinosaurs. So yeah, we'll take Eureka Moment. Curate. That's a pretty good card. Harvest-Tide Sentry at the beginning of combat. Can't be blocked. Huh. Ooh, Lifelink. Botanical Brawler. How did that get past? We got some good ones at the end there. Just barely. 24 creatures. Alright, so we definitely have enough creatures. And we're definitely doing double green. So we'll get rid of the double white. Get rid of the red. So we'll be basically a Simic splash white. Well, I don't know. Might be Azurius. It might be a solid Bant deck because we're all early game Azurius. Relic of Legends, add 1 mana of any color. Ooh. Tap and untap legendary creature you control. Add 1 mana of any color. That could be very good. I don't know if we have a bunch of legendary and I don't have time to scroll through and check, but we're going to grab that anyway. That looks good. Nice. Very nice. Definitely trying to look for stuff with +1/+1 counters. ETB, create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token. Okay. Biomathematician. I think that's the one there. Bonds of Faith. Ooh, we got beachfront. That mana fixing is important. Really like that first strike too. That could have been useful. Oh, hey. This +1/+1 counter stuff though could be useful, but I like the first strike. Little mid-game creature, we don't have much of those. Yeah, I guess we'll get the fox here. Gigantic fox. Or a really small elf, you know. Who knows? This is pretty interesting. I don't know if we'll be able to use some of the ones that we wanted to. But first thing I'm going to do is throw out all the stuff that we're not going to use, which is that double white. So double green is fine. And then, okay, cool. So now we're going to go through it, and we're going to get rid of all of the things that don't have, that aren't an instant, or that aren't a creature. So the instances and sorceries. And I guess just non-creatures. Better way to say that. Okay, moving along. Some good instances and sorceries, though, if I may say so. 28 creatures. Wow. Okay, we gotta thin that out. Looks like our 2-drops. If we look at our chart right here, we've got 15 2-drops. That's gonna be where we need to kind of thin that out. Two for 2 with vigilance. That's good. Botanical Brawler, good. Whenever you cast a kick spell, put a +1/+1 counter on it. That'll help Botanical Brawler. Maybe we'll get rid of that. +1/+1 counters does help Coven ability, so we leave that. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on it. That helps that. This is a kicker, which helps the other thing. Which helps us play more sorceries, which helps Deep Root more. Okay. This is a 1/3 flyer. That's, I mean, for 2, I kind of like that. Two, 1. That is such an expensive ability. We're getting rid of that. First Strike's good. Lifelink's good. Hollow Blade's good. Wall of Runes, Soul Mender, those are good. So we need to get rid of 10 more, I want to say. Yep, 10 more. This one's got life gain. I do like that. Handling Giants, ETB creates wolves. It's got reach, that's cool. Trample, ETB, scrying through, reveal the top card, you gain life. This one is a flying 3/3 for 5. We'll get rid of that. Can't be blocked by more than one creature. That's good, but not crazy good. Bailout Gorger. It's got kicker. It does put +1/+1 counters on it. Alright, so Boar's gone. Put a +1/+1 counter on each fractal. We don't have a bunch of fractals, but 1 is enough, you know. Arlen's Wolf, 3-drop, 3/2. We'll get rid of that. This has got kicker, +1/+1 counter, sure. Get rid of that guy. Get rid of him. Kicker. Maybe we get rid of the relic runners. I mean, they're good because if you cast a historic spell, it's so artifacts, legendaries, sagas. Well, we don't have a lot of artifacts, and we don't have that many legendaries, so we'll get rid of the relic runners. We need to get rid of 3 more. Facet Reader's gone. 2 more. The lifelink's good, but maybe we get rid of it. Yeah. And Glimmerbell. It doesn't have +1/+1 counters. It doesn't have kicker. Turn 2. I've got plenty of turn 2, so maybe we get rid of Glimmerbell. I think that's the move. Plenty of other turn 2 stuff. Yeah. Okay. So that's going to put us down to 17 creatures, mainly forest. Just a little bit of Azorius splashed in there to make it a Bant deck. And as far as the non-creature spells go, we got 6 that we want to use. Seed Core, definitely in there. Distribute 4 +1/+1 counters. That plus Botanical Brawler, nuts. Seen that in so many drafts that we've done. That's a no-brainer. That's 1. Now we need 5 more. Relic of Legend seems good because add 1 mana of any color. It's ramp that we kind of need that. Our highest CMC is a 7, so I think that's one of them. Eureka Moment also good. So I mean, this could be 4 right here. Boom. Gain X life, draw X cards. X the number of creatures. Creatures get +1/+1. That's nuts. So I could either give a creature +5/+5 trample, or all creatures get +2/+2 vigilance. That's also nuts. All of that is good. But let's take a look and see what else. Wicked Slumber, that could be it. It's got Convoke, so I can do it really early. Tap 2 target creatures, put stun counters on them, so they stay tapped. Radical Idea looks cool, but maybe we can't play it. Union of the Third Path could be good. I really want to use Lantern Flare, but I can't use the cleave part. So, deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, you gain X life. Cleave, you get rid of the words in the square. So X is the number of creatures you control. But you could just make it an outright burn. Gain life with the mountain, but we're not using that. Okay, so it's either going to be Union of the Third Path, draw a card, gain life equal to the number of cards in your hand, or Pressure Point. Actually, I don't know. Wicked Slumber, though. That's a tough call. Do I have any more +1/+1 counter? Let's just type counter and see. No. That's the only one. Alright, so in that case, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think that's it. Average CMC is a bit high for what I like to do, but it is a Bant deck. So we have a little bit of ramp that kind of helps offset that a little bit. As far as the lands, got a little bit of mana fixing here. So as far as plains, we got 5, 6 of those. Islands, we got 6 of those. And then forest, we've got 7 of those. That's pretty split. Like, I like that. And I like that it's split evenly like that, because most of our early game is... Well, actually, now it's not. Now it's kind of split. I think this is good. We're going to roll with this, and then... Let's see. Seed Core, baby. That's a good deck box cover. Alright. So that is the build. We're going to go and see how we do with this in the Premier Draft. So I think that means you get 3 losses as you're going, but we'll double check before we get started. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's roll. That's going to do it for this video. I do appreciate you for joining me. Don't forget to watch these games, get those gains, and walk those planes. Until next time, deckheads, keep it easy.